The Joint Chief of General Staff responded to concerns that China posed a serious threat to U.S. security, while NATO argued that it was stronger than ever before. Gene.Charles Q. Sunday Ragan National Defense Forum. We also want to be so ready for a conflict. Brown. And as we are here, peace through power, he says. Our strength will bring this peace. Brown responded to a Ronald Reagan Institute questionnaire, who saw that 51 of Americans posed largest threat to U.S. from 43 of Americans who reported China. Last year, the questionnaire also found that majority of Americans believed that China would leave the U.S. behind both military and economically in next 10 years. Brown announced that it focuses on accelerating change to continue. The majority of Americans say that China is the largest national security threat. An increase of 30 points in 5 years. Well, my real role and work here is actually on the military side. That doesn't happen. So I focused on accelerating change. So I focused on our cooperation, especially in last few years. I have come here for the last few years. Not only hear Reagan, but also to Silicon Valley and how we work together on our national defense and how we work. He helps us. He continued. As war continued to get angry, Russia and Ukraine, Hamas and Israel, Americans. A conflict, Americans directly in NATO nation. What I see right now is Russian President Vladimir Putin what has been trying to do from beginning. And the region won and region lost in Ukraine. Did not go according to his plan. In fact, now larger with Finland and Sweden. And because of the power in the dialogue with most of our NATO partners. We are all determined to ensure that it does not expand and expand to NATO. Iran is celebrating new hypersonic missile in midst of new threats by proxy of allies, while the United States continued to support nations such as Israel and Ukraine in their wars. Brown said that the U.S. had protocols to protect military stocks. Anket said that 63% of Americans worried that supporting foreign wars consumed U.S. military assets. The United States has a quiet agreement to prevent Iran from accessing 6B in the midst of Hamas terrorist attacks on Israel. We are reviewing our own analysis. We have what we need to carry out our operational plans. Developing the ability not only our allies and partners, but also for us, is going back to our defense industry base.